all dreamt of a life of riches and wealth. But even if you're rich and rolling in money, there are still some things that even the richest people would think twice about before buying. It doesn't matter how much they like splurging on extravagant things, the wealthiest people on Earth might still leave these things alone. They're some of the most expensive items on Earth. Ready to see them? Let's get it on! Women are stereotypically known for spending way too much money on shoes, so it might surprise you to learn that the most expensive pair of shoes in the world actually belongs to a man, and that man is Nick Cannon, aka Mariah Carey's once husband. He wore the shoes on America's Got Talent, so you might have spotted them. They're just as flashy as you'd expect, but how much can a pair of shoes really cost anyway? $2 million is the answer. That's a pair of shoes worth more than most of us can even wish to get if we win the lotto. The thing that makes them so expensive is at least something associated with wealth. Diamonds. 14,000 of them to be exact. 14,000 full-cut, round, white diamonds, which is a phrase I'm actually not wealthy enough to fully understand. So those are 340-carat shoes, or about 20 times more carats than your engagement ring if you got really lucky. They're Tom Ford shoes in case you were wondering, but it probably doesn't matter what they are underneath all the diamonds. I think it's safe to say most of us really aren't part of that world. Of course, these days, the true sign of the super rich isn't huge mansions, but super yachts. So if you're really going to put your money on display, you need the world's most expensive one. Its name is the Eclipse, and it's worth about $1.5 billion. It's a 536-foot-long piece of floating luxury. They must know something we don't, because it's surprisingly militaristic. It has a submersible, which basically means mini submarine, 2 helipads, 3 launch boats, and a German-built missile defense system. It also features laser defense against any paparazzi trying to photograph the rich and famous guests, of which there might be many since the yacht features 24 guest suites. They will surely be there for the luxurious parts of the yacht, like the cinema, disco, 2 swimming pools, hair salon, and restaurant, rather than for the missile defense. Everyone knows that Bugatti is synonymous with wealth, but everything expensive is always trying to outdo itself to become the most expensive thing, and Bugatti has done just that. Their new hypercar, the La Voiture Noire, sold recently for $18.7 million, making it the most expensive new car ever sold. So, what's so special about it? Well, for one, it looks like the world's greatest Batmobile. Seriously, you can hear Bruce Wayne's cards swiping when you look at it, and it could work as a Batmobile too, because there's actually one in the whole world, and there will never be another. But that's not enough for that price tag, so it has every feature you could wish for in a hypercar. It has a 16-cylinder, 8-liter quad-turbo engine, 6 exhaust pipes, and a carbon fiber body, so of course, it goes from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds and has a maximum speed of 261 miles per hour. What more could you ask for? Now we're going to crush your dreams. If you were thinking that just because you can't afford to buy this kind of luxury, that doesn't mean you can't rent it, you're wrong. The world's most expensive hotel room will cost you $100,000 per night, and you have to stay for 2. It's called the Empathy Suite, as in, no human can have any empathy for the guests in this suite. It was designed by controversial contemporary artist Damien Hirst and doubles as a museum of his work. But for a price like that, art can't be the only perk. You also get 24-hour butler service, chauffeur, game room, massage chairs, a gym, a private guarded tour of all the artworks in the suite, and $10,000 credit to use at the casino. Luckily, you might not have to pay for it alone because it can seat 52 people across its 2 stories, including a 13-seater bar. Still only 2 bedrooms though, and even divided by 52 people, it's still too much money for us. The true test of a rich person is, of course, if they own a private island or not. And you know what islands are loved by rich people? The Bahamas, of course. So if you're going to buy a private island to prove to everyone just how rich you really are, you should probably buy the largest private island in the Bahamas, Blue Island. It comes with all the things you need for a luxury island getaway, of course. You get the huge beach house-style mansion that allows you to look over the tops of the trees all the way to the ocean, the guest house, the swimming pool, over 3 miles of white sand beach with their crystal blue waters, and the customary private jet and accompanying landing strip that juts beautifully out into the sea. You've probably worked out that all that is going to cost you. It's about $95 million. That's too much luxury for you or I. Okay, so maybe you don't want a whole island. You're just looking for a mansion that lets you flaunt your wealth for everyone to see. So go to Los Angeles, home of the rich and famous, and up to Bel Air, where you'll find America's most expensive home. This mansion at 924 Bel Air Road was once going for an eye-watering $250 million. That's right, you could have almost bought 3 of those islands for the same price as this house. It's gorgeous though, I'll give it that, and it sure is fitted with an excessive amount of luxury, including a helicopter that can't actually fly. Unfortunately, I've never had enough money to explain to you why someone would want that. It does also have an 85-foot infinity pool, a bowling alley, a movie theater, a wall of candy dispensers, which I definitely do understand wanting. The 2 wine cellars and 5 bars might be excessive though. Us normal people shouldn't really be looking at the mansions and super yachts these billionaires own though. We can't even afford their SUVs. The Carlman King is the most expensive SUV on the market, retailing for an insane $2 million, which is particularly interesting since it's built upon a Ford F550. Really, they're going for anywhere between $1.9 million at their most basic to $3.5 million for a fully equipped version. Aside from the fact that it's armored and bulletproof, it also has the customary luxury elements like recliners, a coffee maker, champagne flutes, and a huge TV. That's right, this car has a better lounge than your actual living room in your house. Of course, add on the extra money for things like gold trim and custom upholstery, but with a coffee maker as standard in a car, I'm not sure gold will make much of a difference. So what happens when you're a billionaire but still fancy a road trip? You didn't put all the time and effort into making all that money just to be stuck in a cramped RV with a 1-inch thick sponge mattress and no wine fridge, but you still long for the old days of being out on the road. Well, as always, there's a solution, but it'll cost you. Meet the Elysium Furion. It's essentially a mansion on wheels worth a whopping $2.5 million. But you sure do get a lot of luxury for that money. To start, it has a fully equipped high-tech kitchen with a double-door fridge freezer, an oven, convection microwave, dishwasher, and simple wine fridge for all your favorite vintages. Of course, there aren't just the 2 fridges as a draw, there are 3 75-inch TVs too. It also has a water-saving shower, a fireplace, which is really more luxury than you could expect from any vehicle, a rooftop jacuzzi, and a helicopter. Nothing flashy though, just a 2-person helicopter. Haircuts. We all need one. Sure, there are some people who think they don't, or that they can do it perfectly fine by themselves, but it's an occasional necessity for all of us. The rest is up to you, like whether you go every 3 months or every year, and how much you spend. What's the most you've ever spent on a haircut though? $30? $50? However much it is, it's not as much or as often as Floyd Mayweather. He pays $1,000 per haircut, but that's only half the crazy story. He pays that much for every haircut, and he doesn't even have hair. He has more than one of those $1,000 haircuts every week, 2 or 3 times a week actually. Ever paid $3,000 a week on your hair?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so. All those thousands don't even include hair care products. We probably don't want to know. So now that you're a millionaire, you've decided your ideal hobby is jet skiing, but on a practical level. What you really need is a submarine so that you can escape from your evil lair via the moat in case of emergencies. Well, now there's a vehicle that can do both of those things. It's called the Sea Breacher, and it has even been brilliantly disguised so your enemies attempting to breach your stronghold will think there's a shark or killer whale in your moat. If you're thinking you couldn't ask for anything more than that, hold on, it seats 2 people, so you can take your butler with you. And it's fast, like really fast. It can go 50 miles per hour above water and 25 miles per hour below the surface. And it can jump 12 feet into the air. There's also a snorkel-mounted camera that transmits live video to you, GPS navigation, and a stereo with iPod docking, all for $80,000. Here's another thing you would never think could be out of your price range: ice cream. I don't care if it's a sundae, it can't possibly be worth that much, except for this $1,000 sundae. Of course you want to know what's in it, we all do, and the list is pretty extensive. 3 scoops of Tahitian vanilla ice cream, made with vanilla imported from Madagascar and covered in 23-karat gold leaf. That is topped with almonds, chocolate imported from Tuscany, candied fruit imported from Paris, and caviar, which is surely only on there because it's expensive, unless your taste buds change when you get rich and you suddenly start liking seafood with your ice cream. It's all served in a $350 Baccarat crystal goblet lined with even more gold and topped off with a sugar orchid that takes 8 hours to make. At least we can rest assured that we regular people still have access to ice cream, even if it's not coated in more gold than we'll ever even lay eyes on. But even if you have so much money lying around that you felt that $1,000 isn't really that much for some ice cream, we'll go one better. How about $5,000 for a burger? Its contents read like a list of luxury ingredients. The most important part, the patty, is made from Wagyu beef, one of the most expensive and sought-after kinds of meat that you can get. That's topped with seared foie gras and shavings of black truffle. And it comes with a side of fries, because no matter how wealthy you get, everyone loves fries. That luxurious meal is served with a bottle of 1995 Chateau Petrus from Bordeaux in France, which is one of the most prized and expensive wines on earth, and a large part of the price of the burger. Shame most of us will never get to try it.